Hello, everyone. Tonight we are going to begin a very special journey, a journey that you cannot skip. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads where one path is illuminated by radiant light and the other is engulfed in darkness. One path is the road you've always dreamed of, full of peace and success, while the other is fraught with fear and uncertainty. And just when you think you might choose a path, a voice from above calls your name. That's the voice of God. This isn't a dream. No, not again. This is the moment when God is speaking to you. Can you hear it? That's the sound of heaven's door creaking open. Right now, you are standing at the crossroads of eternity. One path glows with divine light, written in gold with your destiny, and the other is swallowed by darkness, filled with regrets over what could have been. Somehow, throughout your life, you've walked through hardships, sorrow, and moments of hesitation. You've wondered, does God still hear my prayers? The sleepless nights, the doubts that never go away, the unanswered cries. But here, in this moment, God is looking at you. God sees the nights you've spent, feeling every pain, every fear in your heart. And he says, my child, now is the time to step forward. You can no longer avoid it. Have you ever heard the story of Moses in the burning bush? When God called him, Moses tried to find excuses, saying he wasn't capable, not brave enough. But God's answer was simple. I am who I am. And that settled everything. There were no more excuses. Today, God is telling you the same thing. He has prepared you, and he says you cannot skip this moment. But don't be quick to think this is just a sermon. This isn't just idle talk. This is a direct message from the throne room of heaven. God has entrusted you with a mission, a purpose that you cannot avoid. In fact, if you decide to scroll past, if you choose to live as though this moment doesn't matter, there will be serious consequences. Don't ignore God's calling, because if you fail to pay attention now, you will live with regret for the rest of your life. It's time to realize that not everything in life can be delayed. We live in a world where people think, God can wait, I'll come back later. But no, there's no later. You've gone through so much, and now is the time to walk the path that you've been chosen for. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and feel every moment in this space. You are not just a random individual in this universe. You are a part of God's grand plan. And now you will see things you've never imagined. This path, though challenging, will lead you to an inevitable transformation. As the voice of heaven echoes within you, you find yourself at the crossroads, faced with a choice that cannot be ignored. The divine path ahead is illuminated with light, shining brightly with your destiny written in gold. It feels like a path that promises everything you've ever hoped for: peace, success, and purpose. But the road to the left, it is dark, unknown, and filled with shadows of what might have been. It represents the world you know, the life you've been comfortable in. Yet it is still a path of uncertainty, one that holds no guarantee of fulfillment or peace. It's easy to be tempted by the path of comfort, the one where you feel safe, the one where things seem familiar. But this is the moment when God calls you to step into the unknown. The darkness that surrounds this second path is not just the absence of light. It's the absence of divine purpose, the absence of your true calling. You might wonder, why should I risk it? Why step out of my comfort zone? The answer is simple, because there is no life, no true life, in staying where you are. You see, the path in front of you, the path that God is asking you to take, is not just about success. It's about your purpose, about fulfilling the reason you were put on this earth. And you cannot reach your destiny if you remain standing in the comfort of the known, in the shadows of missed opportunities. Have you ever heard the saying, the hardest thing is to let go of something comfortable, even when it no longer serves you? Well, that's what you're facing now. The darkness ahead may seem safe because it's familiar, but deep down you know it's not where you're meant to be. The divine light calls you forward, not just to challenge your comfort, but to bring you closer to your true self. Think of it like this. You can keep walking the path that's been paved for you by others, walking in the footsteps of others, never questioning if it's right for you. Or you can take a step into the light and walk your own path, a path that's uniquely yours. This choice isn't just about a physical journey, it's a spiritual one, where you must choose to trust God's plan over your own desires. You might feel the weight of doubt pressing against you. The darkness calls to you with the temptation of familiarity, offering false comfort, but deep within, something stirs. That's the Holy Spirit urging you to take the leap of faith, to step away from the path you've always known and move toward the light that God has set before you. Remember, the enemy doesn't want you to walk the divine path. He wants to keep you shackled by fear and doubt, to keep you from realizing your potential. But you, chosen one, have already been prepared for this moment. This choice, the one that feels like the hardest thing you've ever done, is actually the gateway to the life you were always meant to live. As you stand at this crossroads, know that your destiny is not in the familiar. Your destiny is in the unknown, the divine purpose that is just beyond your reach. Will you step into it? Or will you remain in the shadows, wondering what might have been? The path ahead is waiting for you, glowing with divine light. The shadows of uncertainty may still loom, but the light of God's promise is brighter than any darkness. Take that first step, chosen one. The moment has come. There is no turning back now. In this moment, everything shifts. The quiet whisper of heaven that once spoke softly into your soul is now no longer a whisper. It's a roar, a thunderous, undeniable call that shakes the very core of your being. Do you feel it? That deep stirring in your heart? Heaven's voice is no longer subtle, no longer gentle. It's like the wind that howls through the trees in the middle of a storm. It is impossible to ignore, and yet you still hesitate. You may have thought you could wait, that you could keep postponing your moment of decision, but now the sound of heaven is deafening. There is no longer any room for doubt. There is no more tomorrow. This is the moment. Right here, right now, God is calling you. You cannot hide from it any longer. Think about it for a moment. How many times in your life have you heard that still small voice urging you to act, to make a change, to take a step of faith? And how many times have you ignored it, convinced that there would be a better time or a more perfect moment? Perhaps it was easier to justify your inaction, to convince yourself that everything would fall into place eventually. But that time is over. This is not the time for excuses or delays. Heaven has moved past whispering, and now it is calling you with a divine urgency. It's as if all of heaven is watching you, waiting for your decision. The very gates of eternity are opening, and you are standing at the threshold, looking in. There is a profound responsibility in this moment. You have been chosen, and you must now respond to that call. The world around you may seem chaotic, and the pressure of life's struggles may feel overwhelming. The weight of your responsibilities, your past mistakes, and your fears may be pressing in on you. But in the midst of this storm, there is a steady hand reaching out to you. It is God's hand, offering you the strength to move forward, to break free from the chains of doubt and hesitation. You are being invited into something greater than you've ever known. Your life is no longer just your own. It is part of a divine narrative, a story that has been unfolding since the beginning of time. You may not fully understand the magnitude of this moment, but in your soul you can feel that something profound is happening. This is a divine intervention, a moment that will define the rest of your life. As God calls you, He is not only inviting you to step into your destiny, but He is also reshaping your entire identity. The doubts that have held you captive are starting to fade. The fears that have controlled you are being silenced. You are no longer the person you were yesterday. You are being transformed. But here's the truth that might shake you. This call is not an option. There is no waiting until later. There is no second chance. If you continue to hesitate, if you refuse to answer this call, you may find yourself standing in regret for the rest of your life. There is no other time, no other moment. This is your opportunity. Do you feel the weight of that? This is the moment where everything changes. You stand at the edge of a new life, a new reality. It may be uncertain, but it is also filled with unimaginable promise. The moment is here, and you must step into it. God's voice is no longer a whisper. It is a roar calling you into the greatness that awaits. Don't turn away. Don't look back. It's time to move forward. As you stand there trembling in the face of the divine roar, A deep sense of awe washes over you. This moment, this exact moment, is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment, one that was written before the foundations of the earth. You were not simply born by chance. You were created for such a time as this. This appointment was made for you, and only you can fulfill it. In the quiet corners of your soul, you may have wondered if you were truly meant for something greater. You may have questioned whether your life had a greater purpose or if you were destined for something beyond the ordinary. The truth is, you were always meant for greatness. The doubts you've carried for so long, the struggles you've faced, and the moments when you felt forgotten were all part of the process of preparing you for this divine appointment. Think of those moments when you felt unseen, as though no one noticed your efforts or heard your prayers. Those were the times when God was shaping you, building the strength and resilience you would need for this moment. The struggles that seemed like they would break you were actually preparing you for a purpose that would exceed all your expectations. God sees everything: the nights you cried in silence, the prayers whispered in despair, the battles you fought alone. All of it has led to this point. You are not here by mistake. You are here because God has been preparing you, even when you didn't know it. The challenges you've faced, the dreams that seemed unreachable, were all part of the greater plan. God doesn't waste any part of your journey. Every detour, every setback was positioning you for this exact moment. And now, as the weight of this truth settles upon you, there is no going back. The time for indecision is over. You've been called to rise up, to step into your destiny, and to fulfill the purpose that has been waiting for you. It may feel overwhelming, and your heart may race with fear or uncertainty, but know this: you are equipped for this moment. You have been prepared for this divine appointment. There is no more time to waste. This is not a mere invitation, it is a command. The doors to your destiny are opening, and you are being called to walk through them. You have everything you need to succeed, even if you can't see it yet. God has already gone before you, clearing the path, removing obstacles, and setting the stage for your triumph. But here's the truth that might unsettle you. You can't avoid this. There is no escape from this divine appointment. Just as Moses couldn't walk away from the burning bush, you cannot walk away from this moment. The time has come for you to step into your purpose, to embrace your calling, and to walk into the life that God has destined for you. You may not understand all the details yet, but trust this: you are exactly where you need to be. This is your divine appointment, and it's a privilege that few are ever given. Don't let fear or doubt stand in your way. You are chosen. This is your time. God is not allowing you to skip this. He's not giving you the option to run from it. This is the moment you have been waiting for, and it's here. As the weight of the divine appointment settles within you, something incredible begins to unfold. You realize that all the struggles, all the heartache, all the times you thought you couldn't go on, they were not in vain. Every tear that fell, every setback you endured, every time you felt like giving up, it was all part of the greater plan, preparing you for the breakthrough you are about to experience. Do you remember the times you asked yourself, why me? Why does it always feel like I'm being held back, like I can never catch a break? Well, chosen one, that question is about to be answered. What you thought was your greatest struggle will soon become the foundation of your greatest victory. Take a moment to reflect on your journey. Think about the moments when you were down, when the odds seemed stacked against you. Those moments weren't random, they were purposeful. Each struggle was a piece of the puzzle. Each trial was a tool used by God to shape you into who you are today. You are stronger now because of the battles you've fought, wiser because of the lessons you've learned, and more equipped to handle the breakthrough that is coming. The breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't just one moment. It's a series of breakthroughs, one after another, leading you to a place where your purpose and destiny align perfectly. This is not just a spiritual breakthrough. It's a breakthrough in every area of your life. Your finances will change. Your relationships will heal. Your career will flourish. Your health will improve. But most importantly, your spirit will experience the most profound transformation. There are moments in life when everything shifts, when you realize that what you've been praying for is finally within reach. This is one of those moments. The breakthroughs you've prayed for, the answers to your deepest cries, the changes you've desperately longed for, they are coming, and they are coming now all at once, like a floodgate opening. But here's what you need to understand. You cannot achieve this breakthrough by your own strength. It is only by walking in God's plan, by stepping fully into your calling, that you will experience this kind of divine transformation. This isn't about you doing everything perfectly. It's about trusting that God has already done the heavy lifting. He's prepared the way, and now it's your turn to step forward. Every door that has been closed in your life will begin to open. Opportunities that seemed impossible will suddenly materialize. The dreams you've carried for years, the ones you almost gave up on, will begin to manifest. The time for waiting is over. The time for breakthrough is now. And when this breakthrough comes, it will not just change your life. It will change the lives of everyone around you. You will become a living testament to the power of God's timing, His provision, and His ability to turn the impossible into reality. But don't forget this. Your breakthrough is not just about the rewards or the achievements. It's about fulfilling your divine purpose. This breakthrough is about walking in the fullness of who God created you to be. It's about stepping into your destiny with confidence and courage, knowing that you have been prepared for this moment. So brace yourself, because the floodgates are an opening, and nothing is going to stop the wave of blessings that are coming your way. You are stepping into your season of breakthrough, and it's going to be more than you ever imagined. As you stand on the brink of your breakthrough, you may start to notice the storm around you intensifying. The winds are howling, the waves are crashing, and it seems like everything is in chaos. Financial systems are crumbling, relationships are being tested, and the world around you feels unstable. But here's what you need to understand. The storm is not your enemy. It's the birth of something new. This storm, the chaos, the uncertainty, the discomfort, is not a sign that you've done something wrong. It is a sign that something new is being birthed. Just as a woman experiences labor pains before the arrival of new life, this storm is the birth of your new beginning. The old systems, the old ways of thinking, and the old ways of living are all collapsing. What once felt secure is now crumbling, and that is exactly what needs to happen for your breakthrough to manifest. Think about Noah. When God told him to build the ark, the world mocked him. It seemed ridiculous to prepare for a flood when there was no sign of rain. But Noah obeyed, and when the flood came, only those who had followed God's instructions were saved. The flood wasn't a punishment. It was God's way of making room for something new. The old world had to be washed away for a new world to emerge. In the same way, the old structures in your life, your old mindset, your old fears, your old limitations must be washed away before you can step into the new that God has prepared for you. The storm you're facing is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to clear the way for your future. It's a divine preparation for what's to come. This is why you must not fear the storm. Don't look at the chaos around you and think that you are failing. Instead, see it for what it is, the birthing process of your divine destiny. The old world, the world that promised security through money, status, and safety, is crumbling before your eyes. But God saw this collapse coming long before it happened, and He has prepared you for this very moment. The financial institutions that once seemed invincible are falling apart. The promises of worldly success are proving empty, but you, chosen one, are being positioned for something greater. You are being invited into God's new economy, where His provision is all you need. The old ways are fading and the new is emerging. But the question is this: will you step into it? Will you trust that even in the storm, God is creating something new? Or will you try to cling to the old, to the familiar, even though it's no longer serving you? Right now, God is calling you to make a choice. Will you step into the lifeboat He has prepared for you, or will you stay on the sinking ship of old thinking and old systems? This is your exodus from Egypt. This is your chance to break free from the chains that have held you captive for so long. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Chosen one, do you perceive the new thing God is doing in your life? The storm you see is not your end. It is the beginning of something far greater. The floodwaters are rising, but if you trust in God, you will float above them. You will rise above the chaos. So don't be afraid of the storm. Don't be afraid of the uncertainty. The storm is just the beginning of your divine transformation. Step into it. Embrace it. This is your moment. You've made it this far, and now you're standing on the edge of something incredible. The storm is raging, the winds are howling, and everything you've known is being stripped away. But here's the truth. The hardest part is yet to come. The final test. This is the moment that will define everything. It's the moment where everything you've learned, everything you've endured, everything you've trusted in will be put to the test. The road ahead is not going to be easy, but it is the final test that will determine whether you step fully into your divine destiny. You see, this test is not just about whether you can survive. It's about whether you can thrive in the midst of uncertainty. God is calling you to rise above the fear, above the case, above the distractions, and to step forward into your calling without hesitation. You've faced trials before, but this one is different. This one is about more than just surviving the storm. It's about stepping into the life that God has been preparing for you. Think about the Israelites standing at the Red Sea. Pharaoh's army was closing in behind them, and the sea lay before them, blocking their path. It looked like certain death. But God didn't tell them to wait for the storm to pass. He didn't tell them to pray for a miracle. He told them to move forward. "Why are you crying to me?" he asked. "Tell the children of Israel to go forward." This is your moment, chosen one. God is not telling you to wait for the perfect conditions. He's telling you to move forward, even when everything around you screams that it's impossible. The waves may be high and the storm may be fierce, but if you step forward in faith, God will make a way. You've already been through so much. You've fought battles that seemed insurmountable. You've endured losses that broke your heart. You've faced challenges that made you question whether you could go on. And yet you're still standing. You've passed the other tests, but now you're facing the final one. This is the test of obedience, the test of trust, the test of courage. Will you move forward even when it doesn't make sense? Will you step into the unknown, trusting that God has already gone ahead of you and prepared the way? This is not a test of your abilities. It's a test of your faith. God has already equipped you for this moment. He has already prepared you for everything you're about to face. The question is, will you trust Him? Will you take that first step into the unknown? The final test is not about waiting for everything to align perfectly. It's about trusting that God's plan is greater than anything you can see with your eyes. It's about moving forward even when the path seems impossible, knowing that God will make a way. Now is the time. The storm may be fierce, but the calm is just ahead. Step into your destiny, chosen one. The final test is here, and you are ready. As you take that first step into the unknown, you may feel a sense of uncertainty still lingering. But here's the truth. You have already overcome so much. The trials you have faced in your life have prepared you for this very moment. Every struggle, every hardship, every loss, it was all part of the process that has shaped you into the person you are today. You may not have realized it at the time, but each of those moments was preparing you for the breakthrough you're now stepping into. Each trial built your faith. Each challenge made you stronger. Every time you thought about giving up, you didn't. And now you stand on the precipice of something unimaginable, a transformation that will change everything. When you look back at your life, it's easy to see the pain, the heartache, and the fear. But what if you saw it through different eyes? What if you could see every obstacle as a stepping stone? What if every loss, every tear, every struggle was God's way of building the strength you would need for this moment? Think about the story of Joseph in the Bible. He was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and thrown into prison. For years, it seemed like his life was one setback after another. But what Joseph didn't know was that each of those setbacks was actually a divine setup. Each moment was positioning him for something greater. When the time came, he was elevated to a place of power where he was able to save not just his family, but an entire nation. Just like Joseph, your pain wasn't pointless. Every hardship you've endured has equipped you for the role you are about to play in God's plan. The trials you've faced have refined you like gold in the fire, purifying you and strengthening you for the destiny ahead. You are stronger than you think. You have endured the fire, and now it's time to rise from the ashes. Your struggles have not broken you. They've made you unbreakable. Every tear you shed was a step closer to your breakthrough. Every time you felt like giving up, you actually grew stronger. And now you're ready. The life that once seemed out of reach is now within your grasp. You are no longer the person you once were. You are a person who has been transformed by every trial you've faced. And now, as you rise beyond the pain, you will step into the calling that has been waiting for you all along. This is your moment to rise. The old you has passed away, and the new you is stepping into the fullness of your purpose. The pain is behind you. The fear is gone. And now you are walking in your divine destiny. As you move forward, remember this: you are not walking alone. God has been with you every step of the way. He has seen every tear, every struggle, and every victory. And now He is walking beside you as you rise beyond the trials. This is your time. You are ready. You are equipped. And you are destined for greatness. As you continue to walk forward, stepping into the life that God has prepared for you, you may begin to see something powerful unfold: divine vindication. The world may have misunderstood you, the people around you may have doubted you, and your enemies may have tried to tear you down. But God is about to show you that every struggle, every setback, every painful moment was not in vain. There are people in your life who thought you would never make it. They doubted your strength. They mocked your faith. They believed that you would fail, that your dreams would never come to fruition. But here's what they didn't know: the same God who called you is the same God who is about to bring justice. He's about to show them that His anointed ones cannot be touched. Remember David? When King Saul sought to kill him out of jealousy? Saul tried to destroy David at every turn, but what Saul didn't realize was that God was with David. David was chosen, and God's protection was upon him. Saul's reign ended in disgrace, while David's throne lasted forever. That's divine vindication. Just like David, you have been tested. You've been through battles you didn't deserve. You've faced opposition from people who wanted to see you fail. But God has seen every struggle. He has watched as you fought through the storm, stayed faithful, and kept moving forward. And now He is about to reward your faithfulness with divine justice. You may have been betrayed by friends or family. You may have been passed over for promotions or opportunities that were rightfully yours. People may have spoken ill of you, tried to sabotage your success, or whispered lies behind your back. But here's the good news: God sees everything. And now He is stepping into the situation to set things right. The Bible says, "Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm." Those who tried to hurt you, those who plotted against you, they will see that their actions have consequences. The very people who tried to bring you down will watch as God lifts you up. The lies they told will be exposed. The sabotage they carried out will backfire. And you, chosen one, will stand tall, vindicated by the hand of God. You don't have to fight your battles on your own. God is your defender. You don't need to seek revenge, for God has already promised that vengeance belongs to Him. He will fight for you. He will make sure that the truth comes to light. The very people who sought to destroy you will see you rise to heights they never imagined. And when that happens, it won't be because of anything you did. It will be because of God's grace and favor upon your life. The divine vindication you're about to experience will be more than just a personal victory. It will be a testimony to the world of God's justice, His power, and His faithfulness. People will see what God has done in your life, and they will know that He is real. They will see your transformation and recognize that no one, not even the enemy, can stand against the will of God. God is not just going to restore you, He is going to elevate you. What was meant for your harm will be used for your good. The years you lost will be restored. The people who doubted you will witness your success. And in doing so, they will understand the power of God's plan. It's time for your vindication. Chosen one, you've been through the fire, but now it's time for you to rise from the ashes. You are stepping into a season of divine justice, and nothing can stop it. You've come so far. The struggles, the trials, the doubts, they are all behind you now. As you stand on the threshold of your new life, you can feel the weight of everything shifting. This is not just a moment of breakthrough. It's the culmination of everything you've been through, everything you've learned, and everything you've trusted in. It is the moment you were born for. For years, you've been preparing for this. You may not have known it at the time, but every hardship you endured, every time you felt abandoned or forgotten, was actually part of your divine training. You were being prepared to step into something greater than you could ever imagine. Now, as you ascend to your purpose, you realize that this is not just about you anymore. Your life, your journey, your testimony, it's about more than just your personal success. It's about the people you're going to impact, the lives you're going to change, and the legacy you're going to leave behind. You were chosen not just to survive, but to thrive and to lead others to their own breakthroughs. The road ahead may not always be easy. There will still be challenges, still moments of doubt, but now you have the confidence that comes from knowing you are walking in your divine purpose. You know that every step you take is guided by God's hand. You are no longer the person you were. You are a person of destiny, a person who is walking in the fullness of God's plan. Remember Moses when he was called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt? He was reluctant, unsure of himself, and hesitant to take on such a great responsibility. But God didn't call him because he was perfect. God called him because he had a purpose for his life. Moses had to step forward in faith, not knowing how it would all unfold, but trusting that God would provide every step of the way. And when Moses did step forward, the Red Sea parted, and the impossible became possible. Just like Moses, you are being called to step into something bigger than yourself. Your destiny is calling you, and you must rise to meet it. You may not have all the answers. You may not see the full picture, but God has already gone before you. He has already prepared the way. All you need to do is take that first step in faith, and He will guide you every step of the way. This is your time. This is your moment to ascend to the life you were always meant to live. The trials you have faced were not to break you, but to prepare you for this very moment. You are not just surviving. You are thriving. You are not just existing. You are living in the fullness of your purpose. As you step forward into your divine calling, know that heaven is cheering you on. You are not walking this path alone. God is with you. He is guiding you, and He is about to elevate you in ways you can't even imagine. The life you've always dreamed of is within your reach. The dreams you've carried for years, the purpose you've longed to fulfill, now is the time. The floodgates of blessing are opening, and you are stepping into the life you were born to live. This is your ascension, chosen one. This is the moment where everything changes. You are no longer the person you were. You are stepping into your divine purpose, and nothing can stop you now. As we come to the end of this journey together, take a moment to reflect on everything you've just experienced. The storm, the trials, the breakthroughs, they were not random. Each step, each moment of struggle, and each time you felt like giving up was all a part of God's perfect plan for your life. You were never alone in this journey. God was with you every step of the way, preparing you for this moment, or for this divine appointment. The road ahead may still hold challenges, but you now know that these challenges are not meant to break you. They are the very things that are shaping you, preparing you, and leading you to your purpose. You have been through the fire, and now you are emerging as pure gold. You are chosen. You are not an accident. Your life, your struggles, and your victories are all part of a divine narrative that God has been writing since the beginning of time. Now, as you step into your purpose, know that your story is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. As you rise to fulfill your calling, remember this: heaven is cheering you on. God is with you. He has already gone before you, making a way where there seems to be no way. The time for waiting is over. Your breakthrough is here. Your moment has come. And with that, I leave you with this: you were not born to survive. You were born to thrive. This is your time to step into the fullness of your destiny. The storm has passed. The floodgates are open. Your divine purpose is now within your reach. Now, chosen one, the question is, are you ready? It's time to step forward. It's time to rise. God is waiting, and so is the world.